Good afternoon or evening now, I guess. It is May 8th. Something just occurred to me, and we haven't talked about it for a while. It seems to be fading with all the other events that have taken place ever since. Um, you know, this, what I'm, some of the things I'm going to talk about were exposed. And I don't think we should be forgetting about them because I think they're still waiting in the background to be used. Have you ever wondered why Obamacare hasn't been taken out? You ever wonder why that is? You might recall that Obamacare had embedded within it a portion dedicated to methods of execution. And one of those methods was a guillotine. These guillotines, apparently, I've heard two different things about it, but I do believe it. I don't believe it's the black one um, that went around. It doesn't look logical. But I think it would probably be more like the one used in the Purge. Um, and we can't forget about the fact that Holly Burton. And by the way, my dad was an inspector for these concentration camps. I'm going to call them what they are. They're concentration camps. My dad was an inspector for them, so I know they're real. Okay, I know. He told me some shit about it. He was very vague and didn't give me a whole lot of detail because he can't. He's probably can't even talk to me anymore. Um, so I know they're real. And the purpose for these camps, we cannot forget this, is to hold Americans who dissent when shit goes south. And man, I'm thinking shit is going to go south this summer real quick. They're coming after our guns, still, even with a supposed pro Second Amendment president. He's not. He's not really pro Second Amendment. They want us disarmed. And I've been really thinking about this all day. I think I think most Americans are going to be killed, even children. I think they're going to favor populations more used to direct servitude. I don't think um, Americans, many anyway, are going to live. And all this state of emergency shit is the thing to leading up to that situation. Um, we can't forget that Walmarts were converted into large detention facilities. We can't forget that the railroads will be used to transport people in giant three-level United Nations or FEMA trains. They're pretty much one and the same. They will cooperate when that day comes, when that time comes. FEMA, UN, all the federal agencies, they're going to cooperate together. And why am I talking about this? Chicago. Chicago is the place where they're going to roll the troops out. And once that happens, it's going to continue. It's going to continue, and it's going to spread from one city to another. At that point, they will come door to door. They have a list of people. They have a device that can take them right to the doors of all the registered gun owners. Anybody that resists will be killed on the spot. They have specific people in mind for the indoctrination camps. That's what we're going to call them, because they have PSYOP units in there. And the purpose for them is to sway the minds of those within those internment camps, and to sway their way of thinking, to get them to accept what's being done. The rest of the people are going to be killed. Now, the British government has done a really good job of creating spineless, subservient people. I venture to say that it's probably going to be one of those types of countries where they're that way, that is allowed to remain as it is. They already have them. But in America, they have a big problem. A real big problem. And that problem is the millions, hundreds of millions of guns we have. It's probably the mechanism right there that has prevented it all from happening already. And people can say they're red-pilled all they want. You're not fucking red-pilled. You're not. You have no fucking idea what's in store for you. None. So, let's recap. My dad, who's a quality control engineer, or was at one time, works for KBR now, I believe. Worked for Halliburton during the period of time that they built those camps. They have openly declared their intentions. Donald Trump is just the same as Barack Obama and George Bush and Bill Clinton and George Bush and Ronald Reagan. Ronald Reagan's the guy that got the ball rolling. with his COG executive orders, continuity of government. What they call that plan? King Alfred plan. It was originally meant to target black people, but they figured out black people will kill themselves off and started focusing on dissenters. You know, really smart people like Judge Napolitano, for example, and Ron Paul. They're going to kill those guys. They only want stupid people around. They don't want no one smart. Why do you think the school the school system is the way it is? It's because they don't want you smart. Man, they don't want you smart. You notice Hillary Clinton ain't getting punished. They have the evidence. The NSA has all of that shit. The NSA has everything on everyone. But the Clintons still remain free. How is that? How is that? And you know they belong in prison. You know they do. You know George Bush and Tony Blair, all those motherfuckers belong in a gulag. The worst you can put them in. But the red-pilled aren't really red-pilled. They don't get it. They're not red-pilled. They didn't wake up to the Matrix, what it is. They are just fucking followers of somebody else. Of somebody else's ideas. They're not original. Nothing new. It's all been tried before. But, you know, us conspiracy theorists that really know what's going on, at least have a pretty good grip on it, we understand that the president either has a Jesuit or a Mason or a Zionist whispering in his ear, always, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, constantly. They're telling them what to do, how to do it. Because your president's not really the president, he's just an actor. You really think it was his decision with Iran? Do you really think that? It wasn't his decision. It was probably fucking Rothschild's decision, or somebody like that. President? No. He's told what to do. He is an actor. And they chose a good actor. You know, they did. They chose a really good actor. Pretty convincing, isn't he? And the actor before him, he was convincing, but cracks started happening. And they got bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and here we are. I don't know how long we have, but I do know a few things here. I know billions of dollars don't get spent on things and then not used. I know that people don't get hired for specific jobs like, oh, I don't know, internment and resettlement operations specialist. And what do you suppose are going to happen to the people that do that at the end? Do you think they're going to be able to live their lives out, you know, happy, comfortable? You know, the people that betray their own countrymen, well, they'll just be the last people to get killed. We need to remember who these people are. We need to remember that the Clintons are flat out Satanists. We need to remember that a lot of them are flat out Satanists. And I'm not no religious guy, but I know that I don't want any extreme controlling us. I don't want extreme good controlling us, because then it's like this super nanny state where you have no freedom because everything needs to be good. But I don't want it to be the way I know it's going to be. Balance. And that's going away very quickly. It's all going to be bad. All of it. Every day. People are going to starve to death. Hell, these earthquakes and volcanoes may provide them the perfect reason. Might not be Chicago, but I think the UN troops are going to end up rolling out in Chicago. Yep. And Donald Trump's going to let it happen. So I did the math once. I don't remember all of the numbers, but it worked out to be, you can kill 300 million people relatively quickly and gruesomely with a guillotine. Not that they would use a guillotine to kill that many people, but it is a lot more efficient than you might think. You disperse these things throughout the country, each region getting, well, they got 30,000. I'm not going to sit here and do the math, but 30,000 guillotines in a 50-state country, they're going to go a long way. A long way. And then you have, of course, the human-to-human conflict in the neighborhoods when the UN comes rolling out. You think the UN is going to be nice? You think they're not going to rape your children? They are. They do. And have. They love raping children. They love killing people. I mean, after all, it is their goal to reduce the population by, what was it? 95%? 7 point what billion down to what? Half a billion people? I mean, I know half a billion seems like a lot, but when you consider 7 billion, it's really not shit, right? 7+ billion. So, and I do believe, that they've gotten to the police. This is the whole reason why they became militarized in the first place, was to help, was to give the police the ability to look at the public as an enemy and dogs. Yeah. That's what it's about. They will help. Let's not forget that there is lots of footage of UN vehicles going across the country on trains. And not just UN vehicles, military vehicles too. fuck, one of the videos was captured right here where I live. Big train rolled through town full of Humvees, tanks, and other shit. They're gonna use excuse me, they're going to use overseas containers as makeshift prisons. Damn it. So, we should not be forgetting about this stuff. And it seems to me that many people have. Many. I'm going to get off the article videos for a while, and I'm going to concentrate on shit hit the fan subjects about what to do if you're captured and shit like that. The videos are going to be made like this because I don't have a screen capturing software now. I'm working on it. My subscription ran out and I didn't know it, and I have to do a job so before I can get it. So and it'll be like this, and these videos take a long ass time to upload, so I'll make them as long as I can. I will cover in detail what to use for cover, what not to use for cover. I'll cover in detail the difference between concealment and cover. I'm sure most of you know this, but just in case, I'll talk about it. I do know these things. So, hope you all have a great day. Kill the state, or night. Kill the state, live free.